So we're in part 3 of the Shabath Torah portion of BERESHIT, and we're in BERESHIT, Genesis chapter 5, chapter 4, and what verse?
14.
We're in chapter 4, verse 14, talking about the Most High's punishment upon Cain for murdering his brother Abel. I read 14 again.
Behold, thou hast driven me out of this day from the face of the earth.
So you have banished me. I'm exiled from the earth. And that's why the white man, he roaming in everybody's country. He the only one. Who else left their own ancient homeland and went into everybody else's country trying to set up countries? He went into Europe, which ain't his home. He went into Australia, which ain't his home. Went into South Africa, which ain't his home. Went into America, which ain't his home. He went into Portugal. Then became the Portuguese. White man took over us over there. We then went into India. He went every place on the globe, man, wandering a vagabond, and he's a fugitive. Everywhere he go, he commit crimes, and everybody want to kill him and put him in jail. You see? The Most High's word is true. Right? The Most High's word is true. All right, go ahead.
And from my face shall it be hidden.
So he said, you're not going to pay attention to me, and you're not going to help me. When I cry out to you, you're not going to hear my prayers. That's what it means, that he's going to be hidden from the Most High's face. All right. Go ahead.
And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth.
Mm-hmm.
And it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me.
So, wait. Who is everyone that's going to find him to kill him? If it's only his mother and father left now, who's he concerned about? The other people that was the mass creation of Adam, that didn't have the high level of knowledge that Adam had. The Most High breathed the breath of life into Adam, and that's when he became awakened and enlightened to righteousness and the ways of the Most High. All right, read.
And Yahweh said unto
So he
him,
says, man, if somebody find me, they're going to murder me. Read.
And Yahweh said unto him, therefore, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken upon him.
So he said, if you slay Cain, you're going to be punished. Read.
Sevenfold. And Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any find him.
Hold on, let me see this. It says, Shabath. It says 7 generations. Whoever slays Cain, 7s be punished. All right. So now, go ahead, keep going.
And Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him.
So the mark that people set upon Cain was a mark that made people fear him and not want to come near him to try to touch him or do battle with him, which was that leprosy, which is his whole body turned white now. He got a leprosy. Go ahead.
And Cain went out from the presence of Yahweh.
And Cain left the presence of Yahweh. Okay. Go ahead.
And dwelt in the land of Nod.
So he went in the land of Nod. Nod is Nawad, which means what? Which means vagabond. It means wanderer. So that's where Cain went to. He went to the land of the wanderers, which was the people that was created before the Most High breathed the breath of life into Adam. He created a group of people called Adam. And some of these people lived in the land called Nawad, the land of the wanderers. The land of the wanderers. So the Most High, it's almost like the Most High told Cain, you're going to go over here and live with these people. Get away from Adam and his people. Go over to the land of Nawad. So Cain went into the land of Nawad. Go ahead.
On the east of Eden.
Which was easterly of Eden. Go ahead.
And Cain knew his wife.
So when Cain built this city east of Eden, it was probably in the area of Akkad, of Erech, of Babel, because Nimrod came and set up his cities in that same place. Okay? In the same place Nimrod set his cities. All right? So read that part again.
And Cain knew his wife.
So Cain knew his what?
His wife.
So Cain's wife did not come from Adam and Eve, Adam and Hawa. Cain's wife came from the creatures, the humanoids that were living when the Most High made the creation of man. So there's other creatures, humanoid creatures on the planet Earth that have speech, that are coherent, that are logical. There's other creatures. And Cain went into their land. And when he went to their land, he saw one of their women. And when he saw their woman, he married that woman. So Cain went from being the sons of God, Elohim, through Adam, to being the sons of the wicked, because now he's taking on the negative side of the tree of the knowledge of evil. He said, forget the good. I want the tree of the knowledge of the evil. I want to be angry with the Most High. I want to be jealous of my brother. I want to do the bad thing, not the good thing. Else the Most High wouldn't have told him, if you do good, you'll be accepted. So he did the bad thing. All right? You'll be exalted. He tried to exalt his own self up, which is called pride. So he had all these things that he was doing. And when he did all of these things, he started to deal with demons and wickedness and evil. All right, go ahead. So he had sex with a woman. So now his children inherit all the knowledge and the evil that he has. All right. Go ahead.
And bare Enoch, and builded a city.
So he had a son. The son name was Enoch or Kanwak. All right. So when he had his son, Cain became a what? Bana of what? Of Iyad. Okay. He began to build cities. Why is he building a city? Because there's other people here. Other people were on the earth. Other humanoid creatures. Other Adamium, which is Adamites. Other men creatures are there. But all of them got killed with the flood. So they're not even relevant to anything now. Only way they're relevant to is that some of the knowledge that they had floating around could have seeped into Shem, Ham, and Japheth's knowledge libraries and then made it onto the other side of the flood. All right, go ahead.
And called the name of the city after the name of his son, Enoch.
Mm-hmm.
And unto Enoch was born Irad. And Irad begot Mehujael.
Mm-hmm.
And Mehujael.
Well, let's make sure that you're supposed to stop at what, 21, right?
18.
18. Go ahead.
And unto Enoch was born Irad. And Irad begot Mehujael.
Mm-hmm.
And Mehujael begot Methuselah. And Methuselah begot Lamech.
Now remember, Lamech, Lamech, Methuselah, okay, Enoch and Lamech. These are the same names that Seth is going to use for his descendants. So these names are significant. All right. And when you read the scripture, you see the significance of the names. Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I said, Danny. That's what I said. I said that Cain got his wife from the people that was created from the mass creation of the humanoids that the Most High created. That's what I said, Danny. Maybe you didn't. Maybe I didn't say it clear enough. But let me say it again. Cain's wife came from the people that were created when the Most High made all of man. Well, you saying when the Most High breathed the breath and made the man, okay, made the Adamites. All right, that's where you got Genesis chapter 2 verse 4 don't talk about any people being created. These are the generations of the heaven and the earth that were created in the day the Most High made them. You going into because we read about that in the 6th day. That's the creation in chapter 1, verse 27. Chapter 1, verse 27 is when the Most High made the mass creation of human beings. All right. When you go into chapter 2, all right, when you go into chapter 2 and you read verse 7, that's when Adam, the righteous creature, the righteous human, is created. All right, and the Most High gave him the understanding. All right. So yeah, you're right. Yeah, that's where they came from, Danny, Daniela. They came from chapter 1, verse. Hold on, let me go back. Yeah. That's where they came from, Danny. That's where they came from, Daniela. That's where they came from. All right. So now you got these two creatures right now. All right. You got two kinds of beings at this point. All right. You got the humanoids, which are called the sons of man, and then you have the Adam people, from Adam to man, which are called the children, the sons of God, the sons of the Elohim. Right? So you have two creatures, two kinds of creatures. So what Cain did, Cain was the first. Now remember, Adam, we already established the fact when we go into Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10, verse 1, that Adam was a Nephilim. Adam was a Napoleon because Adam fell. But when he fell, he had the knowledge of good and evil because he bit from the tree. He bit from the fruit. So he had the knowledge of good and evil. So everything dealing with demons, everything dealing with manipulation, psychology, with murder, anything, all the evil, he got the knowledge of it. That's why it's called the knowledge of good and evil. All right, so he had all that knowledge. So when he got this knowledge, the Bible calls this the fall of Adam in the Wisdom of Solomon chapter 10, verse 1. It calls it Adam's fall. How do we say fall in Hebrew? Is Nepal. How do we say plural? Napoleon. How do we say it in modern Hebrew? Nephilim. All right, Nephalim. So Adam fell. Adam was like a Nephilim. So now these other creatures, they stayed on a low state. The other Adamites, they inherited, they got this knowledge. They knew this knowledge also once Adam got it. So once they got this knowledge, they are also become like Nephilim, fallen ones, great men that have high levels of knowledge in spiritual things and physical things. All right, so that's what they got. All right, so go back in. Where you at now? You finished, right? All right, so let's get the next portion is chapter 4, right? We're in chapter 4 now. Are we going into chapter 4, verses? You stopped at what verse?
18.
So we're in chapter 4, verse 19 through 22. Okay. Now remember, if you really want to get the details on these different portions that we're reading, you got to go back and look at the Aliyah. Okay. Like right now, we're in the right now we in the 5th Aliyah, the 5th portion. So you got to go and look at the 5th Aliyah of this Parashah of BERESHIT of Genesis to see what is the understanding deeper than what we read, going into other verses of the Bible and everything. Okay, all right, go ahead.
And Lamech took unto him 2 wives.
So Lamech took, okay, he took 2 wives. So he knew what he wanted, all right, of his own satisfaction, and he took 2 wives. And remember, we covered this about the ribs. He got more than 1 rib. He got more than one rib. So now he's doing the same process with the other sex, with two women, that the Most High did with Adam with one woman. Okay? So according to what he needs help with, that's what the woman was for, was to help him. It don't say help how. Okay? It don't say help how. You can need help with anything. You can need help with having children. You need help. You might love sex. You might love having children. You might love building houses. You might love drawing. You might love chopping down trees, making the pulp, and changing the pulp into paper. You might love killing animals and making leather. So your woman is there to help you with whatever you need help with. That's her job, is to help you. All right? Her job is to help you. So when she comes to help you, it's what you say you need help with. You know what? I need help feeling pleasure right now. Lay down. And she gives you pleasure. I need help eating these eggs that's raw. Okay, I'm going to cook them for you. I need help taking this tree and making it so we can float it. Okay, I'm going to help my husband make this boat. All right? I need help with these little ones that we made to learn. Okay, I'm going to help by teaching the children the language and mathematics. Okay, I need help with doing something with this string and fabric. Okay, we're going to make clothing. So whatever is needed, help, whatever is needed, that's what the woman is helping with. All right? But the problem with all this help and these helpmeets is when the sons of because you got the Nephilim. Now at this point, the Nephilim are the regular people, okay, mainly coming out of Cain's family, but these are just everybody that knows the knowledge that Adam knows. So a lot of the Adamite people got the knowledge, some of them don't. So even the Adamites is divided into two families, which we're about to see. The Adamites that know the knowledge, not that come from Adam, but that come from the initial creation from Genesis 1:27, 28. They know the knowledge that Adam knows, and then you got some that don't know as much as Adam knows. The ones that are on a high level, what they call them is the Nephilim, the fallen ones, because they fully have been indoctrinated into the ways of evil from the tree of that has the fruit of the knowledge of good and evil. Okay. All right. So where we at now?
Verse 19.
We in BERESHIT, Genesis chapter 4. You're gonna read verses 19 through 20. All right. So let's go from 19. Read 19 through 22. Right. All right. Go ahead.
The name of the one was Adah.
So Adah. Now remember, Adah. She also. This is the same name, different woman, of Esau's wife. Okay. Of Esau's wife. So Adah means ornament. Man, this is my wife, Adah, the ornament. Look, I got me. This is my first wife. Look, man, ain't she dope? Ain't she beautiful? And the second one was named what?
And the name of the other was Zillah.
Zillah. That means shade. So the second wife always gonna throw shade on the first wife. That means shade. The second wife always gonna throw shade on the first wife. So it's gonna look at the first wife as your prize catch ornament. No matter how beautiful or how ugly she is. The second wife always gonna look at her like, okay, this is his ornament. This is the one that he was with before me. So the Most High is teaching you lessons and wisdom and all of this too. So the second wife is looking like, okay, I'm gonna throw shade. That's what her name is. Her name means shade. But shade is also, I'm extra protective. I'm extra protective. I gotta protect both of them and my whole family from the harmful rays of the sun. Or I can be unproductive. I can just be in the shade, not doing nothing in the sun. So the this thing is messing up.